Cultivated blueberry, wild blueberry. Cultivated blueberry, wild blueberry. Every time I see a cultivated blueberry, every time I see it in the store or I see somebody using it, I feel bad. There's just something that comes over me because it's weak. I support it. I like blueberries of all kinds, but it's not the same blueberry. It's not that adaptogenic power. It's not that high antioxidant rate. It's not any of that. The anthocyanins are different. It's not the same thing. So I'll give you little differences here. A wild food can survive on its own through drought, through floods, through freezing tundra cold. The cultivated blueberry was a blueberry that wasn't just growing in the wild. So it's not like, hey, you know, these blueberries have been around for thousands of years. Not true. The cultivated blueberry was a cultivated spin-off from its cousins, the wild blueberry. A big difference with the wild blueberry versus the cultivated blueberry. What happens if a disease hits a crop? If a disease hits a crop, the crop can get annihilated. And we're going to have disease hitting crops in the future because of all the GMOing. Crops are not going to be able to be strong enough. They're not going to be able to sustain a massive blow. And that will be coming in the future with crops. The difference with what I'm saying is like a cultivated crop, like say the cultivated blueberry, if a fungus comes and eventually becomes strong enough and hits a sensitivity in the crop and takes out an entire cultivated blueberry crop worldwide, which it can do that for virtually any crop, by the way. If it does this, the whole crop goes. The difference with wild blueberries is there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of different strains of wild blueberry plants in the same crop. Like if you look at a wild blueberry field, this is important to know, there are hundreds of different geniuses. I like just saying it that way. There are hundreds of different varieties, hundreds of different strains. They all look the same almost. It's all wild blueberries. It's all sitting in the field. The difference is that there are different plants, even though it's the same plant, all within that field. That means that if disease comes to the wild blueberry crop, it may only take out one or two species of plant amongst the entire field of wild blueberries. If a disease comes to a cultivated crop, it'll wipe the entire cultivated crop out. That's how it works. Check it out. Wild blueberry, a whole case, $20 off for a whole case. If you buy a case of the wild blueberry juice, it's $20 off. It's a case of 12. Use code WILD20. Link is in the description. Link is in the profile. I endorse Wyman's because it's the best stuff there is.